4th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thanks as always for tuning in to Mississippi Live Weather This Morning at 7:30. Thanks for starting off your Wednesday morning with us. Hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to go. Let me let you know what you need to know before you get out the door this morning. One thing is we're still seeing over the next few days warm and dry forecasts. Now, yes, we're seeing a very slight rain chance today, but the majority of us stay warm and dry. The good news is the relief is coming, at least a slight relief. We'll see slightly cooler conditions into your weekend ahead, and more rain is in the forecast, more prevalent rain, more widespread rain as we head into the early portions of our next week. So that is coming. Another thing that you need to know, if you came here from my push alert about fall foliage, about when the leaves are going to start turning, we'll have that at the end of the broadcast here, okay? So stay tuned for that. I'll have your details coming up in a few minutes. Here's a live look of what's going on out the door this morning. If you haven't stepped out over in Lee County, really nice conditions out there. Beautiful blue skies, not even tracking a lot of clouds in the forecast this morning, and temperatures in the middle 60s. So overall, very nice conditions as you're stepping out this morning, no matter where you're stepping out of across North Mississippi. This is over in Tibahaw County on the campus of Mississippi State in Starkville, Mississippi. A little bit more clouds there, but overall still beautiful blue skies, no rain out there. Temperatures yet again in the middle 60s over in Tibahaw County as well. So starting off in the 60s, yeah, a little bit more clouds over there. More to our south in our southern counties from Atala County, Grenada County, all the way into places just south of the Golden Triangle region. Some of those still picking up like you saw in that Mississippi State camera. So some of us dealing with a little bit more clouds than others this morning. Most of us starting off with a whole lot of sunshine out there for your Wednesday, and temperatures all around are in the 60s right now. Some of us a little bit cooler than others. Alcorn County, usually our cool spot on the map. Corinth at 61. 61 in Tate County and Senatobia as well. 63 in Clarksdale. 63 in New Albany as well. 64 down in Starkville. 64 in Eupora. You get the picture. Low to middle 60s across the board for all of us. As we head over your first 12 hours, expect conditions to get warmer. We'll be in the upper 60s by 80s before noon. And I know I say this a lot, but it's so true. If you're seeing 80-degree temperatures before noon, you know it's going to be a warm day ahead. And happy October 1st. This is typical North Mississippi fashion, right? Going to be right back in the upper 80s, near 90 degrees for October 1st. So definitely above average for this time of year. Upper 80s into your afternoon, about a 10% chance of rain at best, as we had 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 5, 6 o'clock, keeping that 10% chance of rain in there. So we'll talk a little bit more hour by hour about that in just a few minutes. But yes, a brief shower possible for some of us as we head into your afternoon. Here's the overall picture of what's going on this morning. I told you a little bit of cloud cover here in North Mississippi, but it doesn't take long to see what the big picture, what the big story is, and that's over in the Atlantic. We saw both hurricanes still holding on tact over the past hour, Humberto and Imelda. Humberto, though, has just really transitioned into more of a low pressure system, but overall still two systems churning in the Atlantic. The good news with both of those, and I'll show you the overall track in just a few minutes, is both of them are not expected to make landfall. They're looking to continue to push off to the east. So that's some good news over there for our friends on the eastern coastline. Let's talk about here as we head into your afternoon. Yeah, maybe a few showers out there today. Not the same story for tomorrow as we head into Thursday morning, starting off a lot like this morning, lots of sunshine. That story, though, does stay true throughout the entirety of the day. Rain off to our west. No rain expected here for Thursday or Friday. Here's Friday at 6:30, ending out our work week on a dry note as well. Dry conditions to start the day. dry conditions to end the day. So that's some good news for those Friday night football games as well. Dry and lots of sunshine as we round out our work week. Coming up next, we'll talk hour by hour what you can expect with those rain chances today. I'll be walking you through more of an in-depth forecast with those. Also, yes, I'll show you your full 7-day forecast. We'll talk about the latest track for both of those systems over in the Atlantic. And lastly, we're going to talk about fall foliage. So if you're looking forward to those leaves changing, I'll have when exactly you can really get excited about that and expect that within our area coming up.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Welcome back to the Room to Room Weather Center. I am meteorologist Maggie McAuley. Thanks as always for tuning in with us here on your Wednesday morning. Great view out there. If you stepped out the door this morning, temperatures in the 60s and beautiful blue conditions. This is a live look over in West Point. So really nice conditions across the board, no matter where you are, from West Point, that's Northeast Mississippi, all the way to Northwest Mississippi over in Batesville. This is Panola County. Same story, different camera. Beautiful conditions over there as well. Lots of blue skies to start off our Wednesday. As for airport delays this morning, if you know anybody going in and out of the area, or maybe you yourself are, I'm not tracking any moderate to major delays across our region. And zooming out more into nationally, all of our international airports looking good to go as well. Here over in Memphis, Denver, LAX as well, and then back off into the east from Atlanta, Birmingham. Again, not tracking any moderate to major delays on our airways this morning. Sticking here in North Mississippi, temperatures in the 70s over our next hour or two, upper 70s by 10, 80s before noon today. We're going to be back a lot like where we were yesterday, upper 80s for majority of the board. You can see here near 90 and at 90 for some of us, 91 in Grenada, 92 in Greenwood, 90 in Cleveland. A lot of us in Northeast Mississippi in the upper 80s though, 89 in Houston, 88 in Starkville, 86, hanging on to those middle 80s over in Red Bay, but I think a lot of us in the upper 80s near 90. As I said, we could see a few light showers today, this afternoon. So let's talk about where and when to expect those. Now through noon, just tracking some clouds out there. Watch as we transition into the afternoon. That's when we start to see a few of those showers begin to bubble up across Northeast Mississippi. I'm thinking 1 all the way through 4 o'clock, we're starting to see these become more prevalent on our radar. Now this model, a little bit over exaggerating on the overall coverage, but what you need to know, about a 10% chance that you get under one of these brief showers today. If you do, consider yourself lucky, help to cool things off, and you need the rainfall. We all need the rainfall. As we head 7 o'clock through your 8 o'clock hour, these will begin to push out and fizzle out of the area. Going into the 10 o'clock hour, we'll even watch this cloud cover, watch this begin to dissipate and move off, giving us a clear overnight and start to our Thursday. Thursday, 7 a.m., lots of blue skies to start off our day yet again. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for Thursday. You can see here all the way through your noon hour. Watch as I play this all the way through afternoon. Same story. Lots of blue skies, lots of sunshine out there for your Thursday, and dry conditions as well. So if you got any plans, I know there's some community college games that happen on Thursday evenings. Those are going to be good to go. Also, I know there's some junior high football games. So no matter what you got going on Thursday, looking good to go. Let's talk temperature wise. Middle 60s to start off your day at the 7 o'clock hour. We'll be back in the low 80s before noon, and then back into the middle to upper 80s in the afternoon, falling back near 80 by 7. So a lot of the day, a majority of the day, I would say, temperature is going to be in the 80s. How much rain are you expected to see? Are we expected to see from maybe that passing downpour chance today? Well, most of us less than 1/4 of an inch. So not a whole lot of measurable rainfall with those showers that do pass through today. Measurable rainfall does come back into the forecast though. Give it a few days. We'll be dry Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Very small rain chance into Sunday. I'm mainly watching our work week ahead. So just so you know, I want you to keep checking back with the forecast. We'll be on, today, tomorrow through Friday. Caleb will be on into the weekend, have a better view of this. But Monday into Tuesday, looking like more widespread rain comes back into the forecast, looking at more of a wetter pattern coming back into the forecast as well. So if you're looking forward to some more rain, just hold out into our next work week ahead. We'll be tracking more of those chances, and I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to trend that upward from a 20% on upward as we get new data coming in. Let's talk about the Atlantic. As I said, Humberto and Imelda still hanging on out there in the Atlantic. Humberto has now, though, transitioned to more of a low pressure system, so not necessarily hanging on to its status, but both of these looking to continue their track off to the east. So that's some good news. Imelda even looking to strengthen into Category 2 status before it really makes its way off into the Atlantic. The good news is both of these, again, looking to push off to the east, not looking to make landfall within the eastern coast of the United States. Imelda, though, so close, has been close, and will be still kind of hanging on and hugging the coastline today, or at least near it. We still could see some flash flooding concerns in the Carolinas, and also some rip current concerns along the eastern coast as well. The good news is no storm surge, because that's not looking to make landfall. So that's the latest over in the Atlantic. I'm going to show you your 7-day forecast, and then we're going to talk about fall foliage. Okay, so let me show you this first. Upper 80s today and tomorrow, middle 80s Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this weekend looking slightly cooler, still above average though. We're supposed to be in the low 80s this time of year. We're not looking at the low 80s through the next 7 days. Middle 80s even stick around as we head Monday into Tuesday with those better rain chances coming into the mix. Now, if you are here because you're wanting to know when the fall foliage is happening, let me go ahead and show you this. We're talking about current fall foliage first. So here's a look at the current situation across the United States. As we hear and look at North Mississippi, little to nothing. You can see this green color, that's little to no color, talking about our fall foliage, the changing of those leaves. Not looking at anything across the southern half of, or the southeastern half of the United States right now. You really have to go up into places like Denver, Montana, Idaho, way up north and also west to see any type of really major fall foliage right now. They're seeing that kind of happen. Let's talk about in 1 week. What can you expect as we head into next week? So we're looking for the week of October 6th. Here's what we're expecting. A little bit more, but not much. Most of us still seeing little to no color. However, low color starting to creep kind of into the area, mainly for northern Arkansas. I think over into the Ozarks, yeah, they could start to see some low color into our next week, into places like central Tennessee. We'll start to see that slowly creep in. But when is our average peak? When do we really start to see that? Well, let's look nationally first. Of course, over into places in the mountains and stuff like that, over into Denver, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. Yeah, they're going to be seeing a little bit more than us, a little bit more frequenter. So they're looking at late September, even early October, seeing their average peak. So kind of ongoing right now. Now, of course, in the southern half of the United States, we see that later than everybody else, which is the majority of what happens here, right? We always get our cooler conditions later than everybody else as well. So let me zoom in and show you when is our average peak here in North Mississippi, really looking into November. So I think we have really about a month before we start to see those peak fall foliage, that peak color happen here within our area. Yes, we'll start to see more color and more leaves start turning over the next month, but it'll have to be an entire month before things really start peaking and we really start seeing that color as we head into North Mississippi. So that's a look at your average fall foliage. We'll talk about that week to week as those updates do come out, but let me show you your 7-day forecast before I let you go this morning. One more look at it. Upper 80s today and tomorrow, middle 80s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and middle 80s stick around for our next work week, along with some rain chances back in the mix as well. Make sure to tune in. Our next live show is going to be at 5, 6, and 10. Matt and Gabe will have everything you need to know in your latest and greatest forecast, and they might even be tracking out some rain out there at 5 and 6. You'll have to tune in.
Get ready for a night of inspiration, laughter, and support. Join us on Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. at the Tupelo Cotton Mill, where outstanding men from our community will walk in her shoes. You'll hear powerful stories from survivors and caregivers, enjoy delicious food and drinks, and experience live entertainment in an evening filled with fellowship, fun, and hope. All proceeds go to support those bravely fighting cancer. This event is powered by Wear It Well